Alright, so beginning from where we left off last time, this is part 2 of our northern New South Wales trip. I just got a call from Mum. There's a lace monitor walking around the campsite. So I'm going to hurry back and let's see if we can get some footage of it. Lace monitor. Second largest lizard in Australia. 7th in the world, I believe. Very common. And they're quite opportunistic feeders, but they're also very powerful predators. And he's looking around the rubbish bins now for food, I think. Yeah. You see, they have a forked tongue like a snake. They can use that to taste the air, much like a snake. All the birds are going off because these guys are predators of birds, so they'll eat them. So they're not too happy about him being around. Under the bins he goes. See if we can come around here. Yeah, there he is. This has to be one of my favourite animals. Definitely in my top 5. They're good climbers as well. Just amazing. This is the closest living relative to the Komodo dragon. Isn't that incredible? Had to get a taste of something in the ground. Here we can see a little bit of their climbing ability. Those really sharp claws that they have, which you can sort of see here. Perfect for climbing. That's what they're actually for, those claws. Looks like he might be giving the tree a climb. Nah. Let's keep looking. Maybe a little bit less exciting than the lace monitor, but just across from it is this little delicate sun skink. This here is a large male eastern grey kangaroo, and there's a whole group of them around the campsite. So this is a smaller female, and they're sexually dimorphic. You can see the male is much larger, more muscular than the female. And over here we have a female kangaroo with a joey in the pouch. So this is quite a large joey. As you can see, the pouch is bulging from the weight of the joey. And this is one of the key features of the marsupials, although not all marsupials actually have a true pouch. But marsupials are born in a very premature state. Little tiny bean-like baby is born, and it will crawl into the mother's pouch and attach onto a nipple where it will continue to develop outside of the female reproductive tract, which is quite advantageous to the female if you think about it. Aren't they an incredible, iconic mammal? So it's nightfall again. Time to whack on the head torch and see what we can find tonight. Tawny frogmouth. These guys are often confused for owls, but they're not owls. Owls are raptors with talons. These guys are more closely related to nightjars and actually don't have strong talons at all. They're very well camouflaged, they look just like a log or a tree stump. You can see the feathers sticking up in front of its mouth. Those are sensory feathers. They can pick up sensations. These guys are carnivorous. They'll eat small mammals, amphibians, reptiles, this guy is just currently perched on this stick looking for food. Absolutely magnificent bird. We'll leave him to his own devices, eh? These grey-headed flying foxes were not easy to record. This here is a purple-winged mantis. Mantises are actually amazing predators, really good camouflage, and those limbs that you can see at the front of the body there, they can strike out very fast with those, and they have barbs on them which they use to catch prey, which can include small insects and even things like lizards. It's morning again, and today we're going to Coffs Harbour. Just found this guy just before we head off. It's an eastern water dragon, the largest species of dragon here in Australia, and a very common and iconic species, or even around urban parks and gardens. So here we are at the jetty in Coffs Harbour on the way up to Muttonbird Island. We're not actually going to go on the island today, but we can look around the jetty here for any marine life. Oh yes, it's a green sea turtle. It's an endangered species, but even so, it's probably the most commonly sighted sea turtle we have here in Australia. It's just taking a breath before submerging back underwater. Interestingly, this species undergoes a bit of a change in diet. It starts off as mostly carnivorous as a hatchling, and as an adult it's mostly herbivorous. Here's another sooty oyster catcher resting out on the rocks. This here is a very large purple rock crab. You can see why they call it a purple rock crab. Look at those purple claws. Alright, so that's it for Coffs Harbour. Unfortunately it was a bit hectic and windy on that jetty and we didn't see that much, but tomorrow going out might be a bit more successful. Right, so it's the last day of the trip and we're going to go for a bushwalk at Dorrigo National Park. Let's go. Right, so we've just arrived at Dorrigo National Park and we found this little guy. This is a red-necked paddymmelon. It's a small macropod, so it's from the same family as the eastern grey kangaroo, but it's much, much smaller. It doesn't even reach a metre in height, and it feeds mostly on fallen leaves from the rainforest canopy. Oh yes it is! This is a species that I knew occurred in the park, but I didn't actually expect to see it. This is a male superb lyrebird. It's the songbird. It has the most spectacular call of any bird in the animal kingdom. So you can see if we can get closer, those tail plumes there. We've seen Albert's lyrebirds previously on Ethan's Wildlife, but they don't have the big tail plumes like in the superb lyrebird, which is this species here. And it's able to perfectly mimic a variety of birds, and it actually does that as its mating display. Whoa. Oh, I can't believe my luck. 2 in one day. This is a female superb lyrebird, and you can see it doesn't have that lyre-shaped tail plumes, but it still has quite an impressive tail. Well, that concludes our walk at Dorrigo National Park. Here's some more redneck paddymmelons. Well, that unfortunately is going to be the end of the episode. We're on our way back to southeast Queensland now. I've had an absolutely spectacular time here, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I'm still stoked about those 2 superb lyrebirds. That's a species I've been wanting to see for a long time, and I'll see you guys in the next one.